just log on to our website iRadio.oum.edu.my. Now you are still tuning to IT Hour with our topic today: how reliable is your software? Okay, in your point of view, Cik Diaudin,
Yep.
why software reliability is important in software development?
Okay. It's not just on the software development. It's also about the end product. I mean, what is the software going to be? Of course, we want to increase the lifetime of the software. Meaning, if it's reliable, it can be used for quite some time, being patched or being improved all the way. And also, since today's system is made up of different subsystem or different sub software. So when we ensure the reliability of this particular sub-software subsystem, it ensure the reliability of the whole system. So that's why we need the reliability. And also, since developing a software is a complex thing as well, so we need this kind of reliability measurement to be put in place while we are developing it. And since we need to play around with the cost, so it's also another part of benefit to have software reliability. And of course, having reliability is actually increase the dependability of user to that system. So that tells us how important it is when we want to embark on the software reliability. Same like in the real life example, why we choose to buy foreign car rather than local car, for example, or why we choose iPhone rather than other phones, because we know I can depend much more to
rely on the software.
Yes, the software, the product.
Security.
Yes, correct.
Okay, that is a brief explanation about the importance of software reliability. Okay, we'll be right back after this, so stay around on our radio UM. Be informed, be inspired, be entertained only on our radio UM, roaming across your mind. Thank you so much for still keeping me company with my guest today, Encik Muhammad Diaudin bin Muhammad Sufian, a lecturer from Faculty of Information Technology and Multimedia Communication. Okay, just now you already shared with us about software reliability, about its importance.
Yep.
And now let's take a look on another aspect of software reliability, which is how can product reliability measure be fed back to improve process quality.
Okay, as I mentioned earlier, we have been talking about how reliability is important to the end user of the particular software. But at the same time, we should use the reliability result to improve our internal process in developing the software. Because why? We need to recognize the relationship between process quality and also product reliability. So since a process of developing software can sometimes being stable, sometimes be unstable, so there's a need to adapt to it. So since there's a lot of change that we need to entertain, change of environment, change of requirement by user, change of technology. So having reliability, we know where we can control these factors in developing the software. And by having this, it also help us to develop a software that is able to adapt to the change when it is deployed to market. So we know how to tackle if there's a requirement change by the user. We know how to tackle when there's a change of environment or change of technology. So the result of reliability can contribute to this. And also having product reliability, it also help the quality people, quality folks like quality engineer or software test engineer or even developer itself to identify the root cause of why those defects being found in the testing phase, or why those defects being found in the market by in the field by user. So we use this data, we use the result to analyze, to identify the root cause and to recommend for improvement of that software. So from this, we in the future, in the long run, we are able to predict rather than we wait for it to be visible in the field. We able to predict before what's going to happen actually. Let's say we are developing this software A. We are now in the design phase, for example. Before we enter the next phase, for example testing phase, we know how many defects we are going to find without even start the activity. Yes. So we use this data to help us. So from there, we are able to improve the process quality. Back to the question just now, how we can improve the process quality. So we use the data. We use the quantitative measurement to help us in improving that.
So it's from this measurement we can predict what defect will be happen,
what kind of defect, and then
what will be going.
Yes,
for example, 5 years about the technology, so we are well prepared.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, after this, we will continue more about type of prediction. But now, let's take a short break and enjoy with this number. Stay tuned to iRadio UM. Thank you so much for still listening to IT Hour. And as usual, still with me today in iRadio Conti is Encik Muhammad Diaudin bin Muhammad Sufian, a lecturer from Faculty of Information Technology and Multimedia Communication. And now, for your information, we are still discussing about our topic today on how reliable is your software. Okay. Can you share with us about what type of prediction should be made in software reliability?
Okay. To allow us to do the prediction or to predict, to estimate the future behavior, future profile of this particular software, we need as I mentioned just now, we need historical data in terms of failure data, in terms of factors contribute to that failure. So by having this, we are able to evaluate the risk and also do the prediction. So talking about what type of predictions, there are many that have been studied, have been applied, that have been formulated. Some that are commonly being used as a prediction as part of software reliability activities. First, we have a prediction of the failure rate of that particular software. And also, we also have a prediction on mean time to failure. And that's second. Third, we have a prediction of, as I mentioned just now, prediction of number of defects to be found in the testing phase. And also prediction of number of defects to be found in the field, in the actual environment used by user. Other than that, we also have a prediction of critical failure rate. We have a prediction of the on what percentage the system can be available to the user, prediction of the reliability profile itself, and even you also able to predict the number of staff required to fix the defects found, whether in a monthly basis or in a weekly basis, and also predict the number of staff required to test the software, so that we know when to stop testing, so that we can reduce the defects and prevent them from being escaped to the user. So that's some examples. Many type of prediction, but it depends on what context of software you are developing, what context of usage of the software that you are developing, and what kind of the type of software environment that will be used. So it depends. It's not you need to use every metric, you need to use every predictions for your software.
Different software need
different prediction, different metrics, different data. You cannot solve one reliability problems or predicts using one thing or using everything. You must suit it to your needs.
In other words, we must customize it according to the system.
Yes, correct.
Okay, Cik Diaudin, thank you so much for sharing your
Yep.
time and knowledge today about our topic today on how reliable is your software. Okay guys, that's all time we have for this week episode of IT Hour. Don't forget to be with me again, same day, same time. Till we meet again, I'm Zainab signing off. Have a good day ahead. Till then, bye bye.